guys, it's Carolyn and welcome back to Contemporary Mama. Today is my monthly meal prep video, but I am trying something a little bit different than usual. In last month's episode, I asked if anyone would be interested in seeing some dinner meal prep content. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know I pretty much exclusively meal prep for breakfast and lunch, but there did seem to be a lot of interest in a dinner meal prep video, so that's exactly what I'm going to be giving a try today. So I'm super excited to see how it turns out. Cooking dinner for the week all in one day is something I'm definitely not used to, but I'm really excited to share everything that I have planned with you today and share also how everything turns out. So let me tell you the plan for today. With my big package of chicken, I'm gonna turn that into chicken cutlets, and that I'm gonna turn into chicken parmesan and chicken and broccoli casserole. And since both of those, I'm gonna have broccoli served with the chicken, I'm gonna make sure that I wash and cut and prep all my broccoli today. Now with the ground beef, I'm gonna turn that into taco meat. And then with the remainder of it, I'm gonna make a sort of like meaty spaghetti sauce. Now our tacos, I'm gonna go ahead and prep all of our toppings since we're gonna be having that tomorrow. And the spaghetti sauce we're gonna have with salad, so I'm gonna go ahead and just chop all the veggies for that and wash my lettuce. And then if I have any leftover taco meat, then I'm gonna make empanadas out of it because I do have empanada dough in my freezer. And then the last thing, I'm gonna try and see if I have time to make some egg cups for breakfast because I do enjoy having my breakfast all prepped since I usually eat at work because I get there so early. So I'm gonna be getting going by prepping the meat that is going to be for all of my dinners this week. So I was at Aldi and I saw this 2.5 pound package of lean ground beef. So I'm gonna be using this 3 different ways. I love the concept of cooking once and eating it multiple times throughout the week. So I'm going to be browning all of this up and turning it into a spaghetti sauce, a taco, and also an empanada recipe that is just so easy. Like, you don't even need a recipe, you can just whip it up. So I'm gonna be browning this up and I'll show you how I turn it into all these different recipes. And then they also had this big package of chicken tenderloins on sale as well. So I'm gonna be turning these into chicken cutlets and using these 2 different ways for dinner this week as well. So let me get started doing all of that and I'll show you how it's done. So my meat is all browned and I did drain out most of the fat. That's just like our preference for our family. So I'm gonna try to scoop about 1/3 of this into this Tupperware container and let it cool. This is going to be for our spaghetti sauce. And then I still have a good amount of meat in here. So I am going to add this packet of taco seasoning. If you like to make your own taco seasoning, then that's great, you do you. I'm just gonna add this taco seasoning, 2/3 a cup of water, and let that simmer to let all the flavors absorb and the water absorb. And then this taco meat is going to be all ready for our taco night tomorrow. And I'm also gonna be using this for the empanadas as well, because you really don't need that much meat to go in the empanadas. Now for my spaghetti sauce, I'm going to add most of this jar of marinara. If you want to make your own marinara, again, go right ahead. But this is actually a very high quality marinara that I get at my favorite Italian market. So I'm gonna add most of the marinara to this. And then when it comes, you know, the day that we're actually gonna have the spaghetti, I'll just kind of simmer this on the stove so that all like the flavors can combine really well. And then you have this nice hearty meat sauce, perfect for your family's pasta night. I'm gonna be making empanadas for my lunch this week, and I find these frozen empanada discs in the freezer section at my grocery store. But if you can't find them, then you can just use any dough, pizza dough or crescent dough. It'll all work just fine. You'll just have to cut those into these circles if you just get regular dough. But I just let these thaw in my refrigerator overnight, and it's so easy to work with. So I just grab one of the discs and I grab like a tablespoon or two of really any meat. You can make these with like pulled pork meat or shredded chicken. Leftover taco meat works really well too. So you just put the meat in the middle, fold over the dough, and then I use a fork to seal the edges. And seriously, like that's it. I just place these on a baking sheet and then I brush them with an egg wash before I bake them in the oven. So I'm gonna place these in a 375-degree oven until they turn golden brown. So now I'm gonna be getting to work on my chicken, and I'm gonna be preparing a ton of chicken cutlets to use in two different recipes, chicken parmesan and a chicken and broccoli casserole. So normally I like to fry my cutlets in olive oil, but since I'm making so much, that would seriously take all day. So I'm just gonna bake them. I have a baking sheet with some foil and some nonstick spray here. So you can use beaten egg if you'd like to coat your chicken, but I just have this carton of like liquid eggs that I buy from Aldi. It's such a great little shortcut. So I have some eggs in there, and then in a second bowl I am going to pour some Italian breadcrumbs, and then I also like to mix in a little bit of shredded Parmesan cheese as well, and this is going to make our cutlets so nice and flavorful and crispy. So I'm just going to go as fast as I can trying to get these done, and coat my chicken in the egg mixture and then coat them in the breadcrumbs, and then I'm just going to bake these in the oven. It's going to save me so much time instead of frying them. So my empanadas are all done, nice and golden brown. So since my oven's already preheated, I'm just gonna throw in my big tray of cutlets. Probably bake those for about 15 to 20 minutes. Obviously your chicken will vary depending on how thick it is, what type of chicken you have. So just make sure that you cook it until it is cooked through. No one wants to get sick. So I'm gonna let those bake, and now I can get started on some other prep work. So while my chicken is finishing up in the oven, I'm gonna get started on the vegetables that I'm gonna be prepping for my lunches and my dinners. So I'm gonna get started with broccoli. I'm gonna be using broccoli in 2 different dinners this week. Tonight in my chicken and broccoli casserole, and then I'm going to be roasting it again with the chicken parmesan in a few nights. So I got it all washed and I'm just gonna cut it up so it's all prepped and ready to go. So I have a bunch more veggie prep to do. With our tacos, we like to serve it with chopped tomatoes, peppers, and onion. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop that up right now, put it in this Tupperware since we're gonna be having that tomorrow. I'm also gonna be chopping up some vegetables and washing some lettuce to make salad this week to serve with the spaghetti, and also just if I wanted to make a quick salad for lunch one day. And then I also am gonna be chopping up extra vegetables to have along with my empanadas for lunch. I just love dipping it in like hummus or tzatziki or guacamole. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of these prepped. I've said this 100 times before, when I have all my veggies washed, cut, and prepped, I'm like 10 times more likely to eat them. So I really need to get this done. So I'm gonna just do a little check-in and show you where I'm at because things are getting a little crazy in my kitchen, as I'm sure you can imagine. So I have a bunch of stuff already done. I'm really excited that it didn't take me that long. And then I still have a few more things to do, but let me show you what I have done at this point in time. Okay, so over here, my taco meat is done. And then these are gonna be my taco toppings. Also done, chopped, ready to go for tomorrow. Empanadas are done, and I'm gonna serve with those these chopped vegetables and some sort of dip. I love tzatziki, hummus, guacamole. I have all sorts of dips in my fridge at all times. So these are gonna be for lunch this week. My spaghetti sauce is all done, and then I have my lettuce all washed, and I have chopped veggies to go with it. So I'm gonna have spaghetti and salad. So those are done. Over here, my chicken just came out of the oven. I have a ton of it, so I'm gonna reserve half of it for my chicken parmesan, and I'm actually gonna use the other half of it for dinner tonight in my chicken and broccoli casserole. So I'm gonna whip that together right now. And then don't forget about my 2 big bowls of fresh chopped broccoli. Again, half of it is gonna be used tonight, and half of it I'm gonna roast in the oven for when I'm cooking the chicken parmesan. Those can just bake at the same time, so I'm not gonna go ahead and roast it today. So I'm just gonna mix together this can of cream of chicken soup and this half a cup of milk, and then I'm gonna pour that mixture on top of the chicken and broccoli, top it with some cheddar cheese, and sprinkle some breadcrumbs on top, and that is it. was gonna stop there, but I really enjoy having my breakfast prep for the week, so I haven't made egg cups in a while, so I'm just gonna whip those up together. All I did was just chop up some spinach and then steal some of the chopped veggies that I already had. Oh, and I cut up a few green onions. So egg cups are just so easy. You can use literally anything that you have in your fridge. Just throw it into a muffin tin and then just divide up all your ingredients and pour the eggs on top. So obviously you can use whole eggs, you can use egg whites. I'm gonna use my carton of liquid eggs that I get at Aldi. Again, love a good shortcut. So I'm just dividing up all my veggies, and then I'm gonna sprinkle in some Parmesan cheese and my eggs, and then a little salt and pepper on top. And then these just bake in the oven for like 20 minutes or so. My oven's already on from like cooking everything, so it's just at 375, but you know, you can just check them and give the pan a little shake and you'll be able to tell if they're done or not. So I'm all done with my prep for today. I'm going to show you everything now that it's all done, and then I will be updating you throughout the week as I prepare dinner each night and show you how everything turns out and how easy it's going to be to put it all together. So again, this is our dinner for tonight, this yummy chicken and broccoli casserole. All I have to do is pop it in the oven and bake it when it gets closer to dinner time. My chicken cutlets here, I just stuck them in this baking pan, and then I'll just wrap that up with foil. So when I'm ready to make my chicken parmesan for dinner, all I have to do is cover it with some marinara and mozzarella cheese, and that will just bake in the oven. The broccoli will bake in the oven at the same time as the chicken parmesan, so that's why I didn't go ahead and roast that today, but it's all washed and prepped and like ready to go. I just have to toss it with some olive oil and seasoning. And then my spaghetti night is also looking pretty good. My sauce is all ready. It just has to kind of like simmer and warm up while I cook the pasta. My lettuce is all washed and ready to make a super quick and easy salad. My veggies for salad are already chopped as well. These are my little taco empanadas. These I'm going to be having for lunch this week, along with these chopped veggies and dip. And then my taco night is also going to be super easy. I just have to warm up the taco meat. My toppings are already all chopped, so I just got to like put everything in taco shells and that'll be done. And then my egg cups, I love bringing these to work and having like a quick and easy healthy breakfast. So again, those just have to reheat. They are completely done as well. So I'll be seeing you at dinner time.